Right now, from what I can see, God is building a movement of disciple makers, and there is nothing that would thrill his heart more than for you to become a part of it. God is looking for disciples who can go out to make even more disciples who reflect the beauty of Jesus. My name is Gavin Anthony, and I would like to invite you to join the Disciple Maker's journey, where you will gain a whole new way of thinking about how Jesus made disciples. So if you would like to learn how you can be partnering with Jesus to be more effective using the methods he taught, this course is for you. But first, think about this. Within a few moments of God creating a perfect and beautiful world, Adam and Eve sinned and chaos spread across the world. Adam and Eve's first son murdered his own brother. The world became so wicked that God decided that the only solution was to destroy the whole world with a flood. Everyone died except 8 people. But after the flood, everything went to pieces again. Sin corrupted everything and everyone. So after 4,000 long years of sin, God decided to intervene personally. Jesus came as a baby, wrapped in human flesh, but then lived for 30 years without hardly anyone knowing. But then Jesus suddenly emerged into public view. And what does he spend his time doing? Jesus started a youth group. Jesus pours his life into 12 young men, which people estimate aged between 15 and early 20s. Then, after a total of 3.5 years of public ministry, Jesus turns to them and says, "Go and invest your life in others, as I have invested in you." Before Jesus came down from heaven to earth and before Jesus began his earthly ministry, he had a long time to think about what he would do. Jesus didn't make things up as he went along. Jesus planned to spend the majority of his time making disciples who could make even more disciples who would look like him. Now imagine if you invested your life in just one person and discipled them this year. And at the end of that year, they were able to do the same for one other person. Now at the end of 20 years, you would have discipled 20 people. But if we counted up everyone else who had been discipled by those you had discipled, at the end of the same 20 years, over 1 million people, 2 to the power of 20, would have been discipled. Or let's say you invested in just 2 people a year, and each person you invest in also discipled in 2 people each year. At the end of 20 years, you would have discipled 40 people. But altogether, 3.4 billion, 3 to the power of 20, would have been discipled, which is almost half of the world's population. Jesus' method to make disciples by personally investing in people was a very good plan, and it still is. I believe that when we bring together the message of Jesus with the methods of Jesus, which is directed by the power of Jesus, we will see some extraordinary results. This course is totally free. You can go through it by yourself, or you can do it with some friends. But I recommend starting by joining one of our Disciple Making Journey cohorts, where you will be led by a coach. Just follow the information below to see how you can join a group of people who are learning about how Jesus made disciples, who could even make more disciples who looked just like him.